Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us.
G'day ladies and gents.
Check out this backdrop. We're in Forest Beach, Queensland. Bluetti has heard us whinging, so they've sent us out a power station to put through its paces, the Elite 100 V2.
We have been smashing the 180 around the countryside, and we've now been smashing the V2 around the countryside.
So we can give you a good comparison on both these power stations.
Now we're living on the road full time.
We're using the hell out of them.
We are absolutely punishing them.
I'll get Graham to grab the camera and I'll show you what comes in the box. What comes in the box with your AC180 power station? You've got an AC mains cable for 240 charging, a solar input cable, and a 12 volt SIG socket charger for the car. What comes in the V2 box? You've got an AC mains cable and a solar input cable. I'll chuck some specs up on the screen so we can go through them and see the key differences between the two power stations. Both power stations are equipped with an 1800 watt inverter. Some of the key features include 2700 watt surge up to 3600 watt surge. Charging time from 80 minutes to 70 minutes. And this is a big one, the weight difference, 16 kilos down to 11.5. Solar was 500 watt input, now 1000. Life cycles 3500 up to 4000. Both the Elite V2 and the AC180 both have app control, so you can use your phone to access the modes and features. The app is very user friendly and easy to use. We've just had to change locations. It was getting a bit breezy down on the foreshore there, so we've just come down to the basketball court. I'll just give you a quick overview on these two power stations so you can see some of the key differences. I'll start with the AC180. The battery capacity of the AC180 is 1152 watt hours versus the V2 is 1024 watt hours. If you're like me and you usually deal in the old school amp hours, the AC180 is about 96 amp hours and the new V2 is about 85 amp hours. That slight reduction in amp hours in the V2, it definitely makes up for it in its weight and size. It is 35% smaller and 30% lighter than the old AC180, which I can tell you, as a portable power station, it makes a bloody difference. I'll just run through some of the features on the AC180. You've got a barrel type DC PV input, which is your solar input, and your 12 volt car charger, a 12 volt SIG socket, 2 AC outlets, 1 USB-C at 100 watts, and 4 USB-A outlets. Versus the new V2, it has a different PV and DC input. It's got an XT60 connector, so you can't use your old cable from your AC180 on your new V2. It's got a DC outlet as well, but it also comes with 2 new barrel style connectors. It has a 140 watt USB-C connector, 2 USB-As, and 1 USB-C at 100 watts, as well as your 2 standard AC outputs. One of the key differences I've found as well is the wireless charging on the top of the AC180. That has now vanished. The new V2 doesn't come with wireless charging. But I suppose that's the trade-off when you're talking about the weight of the old AC180 versus the weight of the new V2. Sometimes you just got to have a little bit of give and take to get that in such a small package. But I do like these units. One of the other things that I did notice was the AC180 straight out of the box comes with a 12 volt SIG socket car charger, whereas the Elite V2 doesn't come with a SIG socket car charger. You can buy an aftermarket SIG socket to XT60 connector, but for my 2 cents, it probably should come with it. We've been rocking these power stations around the countryside in our caravanning adventures. Be sure if you send it out overweight and underpowered, we'll give it a good old test. We've done a few clips, which we'll put in now, of all the real world testing that we've done with this power station, and we'll compare it with the AC180, and we'll tell you our final thoughts at the end of the video, and what we like and what we don't like. We've just come for a drive up to Wallerman Falls. Thought we'd come up and cook some lunch off the Bluetti. Air fried chicken nugget wraps. Have a look. We're pulling 1450 watts off of this little Bluetti, and it's doing it easy. Got about 55% battery because I've had the air fryer running for about 20 minutes because I like my nuggets crispy. Does it? No dramas. While we're here cooking, the waterfall's only right there. I'll take you over and show you. Come and have a look at this. We got the chicken nuggets cooking away over there in the air fryer on the table. 20 metres over here. Thought we'd come and have a look. Check out the waterfall. Just goes to show you, you can take that little bloody ripper anywhere. Oh, we may have overdone it on the nuggets, but we are overweight and underpowered, and I just had to throw the whole box in. It probably would have cooked quicker if I just put a few in, but whole box. How good. All right, let's go and have a chew with a view. We've been pumping the Bluetti Elite V2 around the countryside. Everything from eggs and bacon down on the beach to curries, spaghettis, pumping the air fryer, and so far she's been working a treat. Air fryer beef schnitzel burgers and chips off the Bluetti. How good. We're just making our way back to the caravan and we've seen this nice grassy side here.
Botanical Gardens in Ingham.
Yeah. So we thought, hang on a minute, what time is it? It's bloody coffee time. Let's make one. How are we going to make it? Ha! Bluetti Elite V2. We've got a little 1 litre Amazon kettle that we keep in the back of the ute. Fire it up on this. Boil it up, no worries. Got about 500 ml of water in it. Enough for a couple of coffees. Only takes 10% battery. Why wouldn't you? All right, let's have a cuppa.
I've got a bit of cheesecake in the fridge in the car. You want?
Do I want? Of course I do. Milk, peasant.
Righto.
Another benefit of having the Bluetti is you can vac seal stuff. You don't need a 12-volt vac sealer. You just buy a cheap 240-volt vac sealer and away you go. It's only pulling 178 watts. Too easy. Get yourself a couple of kilos of bacon, vac seal it up, and you're done. One other comparison I can see while I've got the two side by side is the Elite 100 V2. The backlight on the actual screen is duller and on the buttons is actually pretty dull, whereas the AC180, the backlight's a lot stronger and the buttons are a lot clearer. When you get this one out in the sun, you can't even really tell whether it's on or not unless you look at the AC in the display, whereas this one you can actually see it clear on the buttons. Just a little point, probably doesn't mean anything, but we are comparing these two, even down to the little items. We've just come back to the caravan. Another little trick I thought I'd show you is putting the power from the V2 into the caravan battery. We've just got a 2018 Jayco Journey Outback and it's got a 120 AGM battery, so it doesn't call for a lot of power. But if we get stuck in a shady area or the sun hasn't come out for bloody 3 days, our little AGM, she doesn't take too long to drain. So what you can do is hook your portable power station up to your AC mains outlet on your caravan and use it as the AC mains power. This is how we do it. In Australia, we've got a 15 amp power cord that we use to plug into the side of the caravan. I've just bought a 15 amp to 10 amp adapter from Bunnings. So I've got the 10 amp on that side. Your 10 amp goes into your portable power station. And I flick that on with the 120 AGM battery. She doesn't call for much power. So it's taken 480 watts out of this power station. So that'll do it. No worries at all. I can tell because I've actually got the control panel from inside of the caravan from the BM Pro. It's telling me it's taking away 14.9 amps out of the power station. So that's not too bad at all. So if you get a shady spot, you don't want to move your van, you don't want to go to a caravan park, but you just want to top it up, go and charge this up and dump it into your van.
And I think that's most people's problem. You want to stay off-grid longer and you're in a beautiful spot. You don't want to move and you don't want to go back to the caravan park to power up. Dump the power station straight into the van and stay right where you are.
It's definitely one little trick that we thought we'd show you. That's what you can do with it. The other day, speaking of which, the other day, with the ute, in Australia it's a ute, South Africa, Bucky.
A Bucky? I've never heard that one before.
USA, truck. We got the big lithium battery in the ute, which powers our fridge and Starlink and all that. I got the Starlink Mini on the roof of the ute.
Dual zone, 75 litre fridge freezer.
The other day, I woke up in the morning and thought, I'll just put the Starlink on. I'll watch a bit of TV with my morning coffee. And I got a little bit complacent with the battery in the ute. I wasn't checking it. Went to flick the Starlink on. Why was this bloody Wi-Fi not working? Check the ute battery. 0. Oh no! What are we going to do? Went out. Yep, the fridge is just holding out, but we need to put some power to it. It's bloody 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to run the ute for bloody 2 hours sitting there.
Yeah, and you don't want to go for a drive for bloody 3 or 4 hours before your morning coffee.
And you think, what are you going to do? Hang on a minute. I've got a smart charger in the back of the ute. I'll use the power station to dump the power out of the power station into the ute battery. Have a look at this. This is what we've got, and we've been carrying this around to just charge up the lithium battery in the back of the ute off of AC mains power when we're in a caravan park or something like that. It's just a 22 amp smart charger. Ours is a kick-ass one, but you can get any brand. We just plug it into our ute, and we would normally plug it into AC mains at a caravan park or something like that. But what I can do is plug it into the AC on the power station, and that'll kick in a minute, and it will draw 22 amps of power into my ute battery. So there's another little trick. If you set it up right, you can actually charge your ute battery with your power station.
So what's it drawing in now? I just heard it kick in.
She's punching up to 800 watts on the power station. And that'll go for 1.3 hours.
So it's charging
at
the
90%.
ute and the van.
Yeah, so at the moment,
At the same time.
we're putting 20 amps into the ute and 14.9 amps into the caravan battery. So it is a multi-purpose unit. I love it. That was the whole purpose in the beginning when we bought the AC180 with our own money before we left for the trip, was to use this as an all-rounder. A power station, a way of putting power into the van, cooking, power transfer. They really are a unit for all purpose. All right. Yeah, 820 watts. How good's that? We just thought we'd grab the toaster out, give the toaster a spin. 930 watts it pulls. She's done. That took 6% battery to toast the toast, and it's hot.
To toast the toast. I don't think you're toasting toast. Maybe you're toasting bread.
To toast the bread. How good. I've just plugged the Elite V2 into our kick-ass dual zone 75 litre fridge freezer to see what that does. At the moment, it's pulling 100 watts because the fridge freezer is on load, and it's going to last about 18 hours. So even if the fridge was going flat out, it would last 18 hours. But of course it doesn't. The fridge kicks in and out as it gets the temperature. So that number is just a bit of an indicator. If you could power it as well, power the Elite V2 while you were driving, the best options, your number one option is your AC mains to power these power stations. Number two, a DC to DC charger, which is, if you want to power the power stations, you're looking at a Charger 1 from Bluetti. That'll do it, no worries. That pumps in about 500 watts. And then your third best option is your DC cord, which is just your SIG socket in the car, which is one like this. The V2 didn't come with one, so I've just made up one. There's the solar input cable there with the XT60 on the end. And the MC4 connectors. I've just got an MC4 to Anderson and then an Anderson to SIG socket that I had laying around. So if I want to, I can plug that into the SIG socket in the car and that'll pump in about 100 watts. So, which is about what the fridge is taking now. So if you want to just hold the fridge out while you're driving, just a normal SIG socket. So if you're a weekend warrior and you just want to take the fridge, just pump a little bit of extra power back into your power station while you're driving, just a SIG socket to XT60 connection. You can buy it like that, but because I've had a heap of connections laying around, I've just made one up. But normally we just try and find AC mains, or we power it from our inverter, but not everybody's got the inverter set up and the big dual battery set up in their four-wheel drives. This is probably going to be your weekend warrior setup, or just a bloke that wants to chuck his bloody fridge in the car and go away for the weekend. It'd be perfect. But yeah, just to show you a little demo on what the fridge takes. All right, we're just up at Flagstaff Hill in Bowen, Queensland.
It is a sensational day.
Check out that view. Bloody water's aqua blue.
Thought we'd come up and cook a ham and cheese off the Bluettis.
Yeah, while we're here, we'll just give you our final thoughts on the power stations. The AC180 and the Elite 100 V2. My thoughts are, these are two beautiful bloody power stations. We love them, both of them. But the winner of the bunch has got to be the V2.
It just has to be.
Yeah. The portableness, the weight, it just wins. The AC180, if I owned one, I wouldn't rush out straight away and upgrade to this. If you've got one of these, there is nothing wrong with this unit.
Yeah,
it is
it's
a
just
beautiful
a little
unit.
heavier, that's all.
Yep. This one here has got 10 amp hours more capacity than the V2.
But it is still a brilliant unit.
Yeah. And if I had this, I wouldn't rush out and upgrade to this. But if you're in the market for a power station, I would definitely pick the V2. It is beautiful. We love it.
And the sheer fact of its portability stands out overall.
Yeah, and that is the main thing for us. Because we're caravan and we're full driving, we're running and gunning all over the bloody place. We chuck it in the back, it's easy to lift, and it just makes all the difference.
Not to mention 1800 watt inverter and a 3600
Surge on it. Yeah, it's wicked.
awesome in that little pack.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong.
You cannot go wrong.
Some of the little cons that we've found with the V2 and the AC180 is in Australia, I wish we had some Anderson plug input outputs on it. That would just make it beautiful for the Australian conditions, because like us and many other people with our setups, a lot of our stuff is Anderson plugged.
Yeah, always using Andersons.
Yep, but that's a minor thing. You can buy adapters that'll suit, and it doesn't really matter. But I wish it did have the Anderson plug input outputs on it.
Maybe a better mounting system for this one. When I say mounting, this one's got the two handles, and we throw it in the back of the ute. You've got to strap it down. Easy through here. This one's got the handle at the back, only one grab handle. Bit harder, but not a deal breaker.
No, not a deal breaker at all. The charging pad on top of the AC180 is missing on the new V2, but for us, it doesn't really bother us. We've got phone cases with quad locks and crap all over them, so we just use the charging ports on the front.
Maybe they could integrate some fixing points up here, flush mounts, because there's no charger there. Maybe, but
Hey,
not a big deal.
That is minor stuff.
That is nitpicking.
In the scheme of things, because overall these are bloody brilliant units. I think where these portable power stations really shine, it's just what you can do with them. You can take them bloody anywhere.
Yeah, power on the go. Brilliant.
It's so awesome. You can just take this out in the middle of nowhere, have a little picnic and a cook-up, wherever you want.
That's our favourite thing to do. I mean, look where we are now.
Yeah, we could be just cooking away here, like we're going to do, cook up ham and cheese in a minute. Awesome. And another place where they really do shine is just for the weekend warriors and stuff like that. Chuck it in the back of the car, plug the fridge in, and away you go. No expensive dual battery setups. Plug it in, and you're off.
It is starting to replace the big dual battery setup.
I think it is. It's especially for people that aren't on the road full time, or they don't go camping all the time. Just having the portable power that you can throw in and take off is amazing.
And it's not just for caravanners, campers, boating, camping, fishing, fun.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You can use it at home as a portable power station that you pull out when the power goes up. And I believe you can even use it as a UPS, uninterrupted power source.
Yeah, while everybody else in the street, their power's out, they're sitting in the dark. You're in there powering your fridge and watching The Price is Right on your TV. You can't lose with that.
That's pretty cool. We just want to thank Bluetti for actually sending us out the Elite 100 V2, and they've also sent us a discount code. So we'll chuck a link to that in the description. So if you're in the market for one of these, check that out and get yourself a little bloody discount.
Yeah, thanks, Bluetti, for even thinking of us two idiots.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
we weren't expecting that. All right, thanks for joining us on this one, guys. I hope you liked this little episode on these two power stations.
If you do have any questions about either one of these units, hit us up in the comments. We're more than happy to answer them for you.
Yep, we've been rocking these two things around the bloody countryside, and we pretty much know everything about them, so hit us up.
Yeah, any questions, don't be shy.
No worries, guys.
Whack them in.
Cheers.
Catch you in the next one.